All right, we'll start this AMA today. I see a lot of questions in the chat already, and we'll go by first come, first serve order. So, yeah, we'll start with this. Okay, Sachin asks, hey, I have a total of 8 years of experience. I have dev experience of 4 years, and past 5 years I have worked as a JavaScript coach, front end heavy, in a coding bootcamp called Mount Blue, and I freelance on an irregular basis. Now I want to move on to something else. Ideally, want to put all my skills, tech and non-tech, to use. Thought of developer relations and product design roles, but unsure how to get started with them. Okay, okay, got it. So Sachin, can you just reply to the same message itself? Don't put a new message, just reply to the same message itself. You can hover over the message and write me. You will see a reply pop up. Uh, are you okay working as a front end developer for some time? Just yes or no. Just reply to the message. Yes. Cool. So if you're okay working as a front end developer for some time, what I would recommend is get into the industry, get into a job as a front end developer. All right. You mentioned you have been doing front end heavy work for a lot of time. Just get into the workforce as a front end developer. And in that team itself, you can slowly expand your work responsibilities. So you mentioned you like non-tech skills as well. Can you just like maybe type some of the skills? It could be UI UX or management, or like what are the non-tech skills you like. If you just can just reply uh, as well, that would be helpful. Do you like talking to people? Okay. Recently converted an offer, but I wanted a better one, so did not join. Okay, okay. Do you want to like share details? Like what was the role? What was the offer? And when you say wanted a better one, what did you have in mind? For other folks, just to add on this, try to share as much details in your message itself so that I have all the context to answer. It was support engineer role. Got it. Got it. ठीक है. So basically you wanted a dev role, not a support engineer role. That's fine. So let's target getting into a front end developer role at a company. And once you are inside, after a few months, you can slowly start expanding your responsibilities to other non-tech responsibilities as well, non-tech skills as well. Because if you directly go and start applying for non-tech roles, it's there's going to be a lot of competition, and that's not your strong skill. It's a skill, yes, but majorly you have worked for majority of your career. You have worked in JavaScript, right? So, from a company perspective, company will always pay for your highest depth skill. In this case, this is JavaScript. So, get into a job in JavaScript. Uh, since you have a lot of experience, you can like directly apply also. In case if you want our help, you can also attempt our moonshot. It's live right now, and based on your submission, we'll also help you, uh, like we'll also help you pitch to companies. I feel you can do it on your own. You don't need it. Don't need our help because you have a lot of experience already. In case you need our help, you can just take the moonshot and we'll help you pitch as well. And yeah, so how to get started? Get into a pure tech role as of now, and then slowly in the next 6 months, you can start expanding your responsibilities. Because when you go to your manager and say, hey, I want to do extra work, I want to expand into non-tech or any other role as well, they'll not like say no. But if you directly start saying that, hey, I want this JD, I want a developer relation role, I want a product design role, then it will be hard to get initially. So get it in the industry using a front end role, and then slowly transition. Does that make sense? Sure. Okay, cool. Let's move to the next one. Sanjeev says, "Hey Swapnil, I have 2 years of experience in React.js. Can you give me details of backend syllabus project? I want you to understand how you can help me. I want to learn backend and scale from 0 users to million users. Uh, Tell me about AI. Do I learn to need to learn this?" Okay, I'll just share the link where uh, you can find all the details, and if you need more details, you can just ping me uh, on WhatsApp, and we can discuss further. All right. Like this is not something that will help a lot of people, so I'll just skip this. Okay. Sagar says, "Hello, Swapnil. I joined as a junior software engineer and post COVID time. Now I'm trying to switch with 2 years of experience, React, and a little bit of Express. How to switch, failing to get referral. Also feeling stuck at current company with no promotion or hike." Sagar, do you want to like share uh, when you say no hike, like what's your current pay? How much did you start at? And after 2 years, how much is it? Um, Again, like the more context I have, the better I can guide. Okay. Started at 5 lpa, currently at 6.25 lpa. All right. So I would say uh this is sort of um on on the like it could be more, like I would say, like if you started at 5 and after 2 years you are at 6.25, then yes, I would also sort of say कि हाँ कहीं ना कहीं maybe थोड़ा you're getting stuck. um I would say start building more projects, because failing to get referral is is an indicator of that your resume is not strong. Because, and I'll tell you the reason also, whenever I'm answering anything, if anyone is listening, I always want them to ask questions on why I'm saying any particular thing. So why I'm saying that when you're saying you're failing to get a referral, it's a comment on your resume, because any developer that refers you and you successfully join their company, they get a bonus with their salary. They get a referral bonus if you clear the company's interview and you end up joining. So people want to refer you. If you're failing to get a referral, that means whoever you're reaching out to, they have other better options, right? So if they have other better options, then uh, it is always a matter of supply demand in the economics, in the economical market. So the thing that you can do is take a few weeks or a couple of months, take uh, take some time out on nights and weekends, build some projects. If you want to um, if you want some ideas on the projects that you can build, you can just take a look at the moonshot. We keep um changing the project every few months, so you can just take a look, you can build that as well, and you can use this as a calibration to see uh, like if you're able to clear this, then people would love to give you a referral. So yeah, uh, just I would say, like if you just want a direct answer, go to moonshot, attempt that, see what the gaps are, and try to fix those in the next couple of months. All right. Swadeep says, "I am Swadeep from Kolkata. I want to know what is the procedure of getting job from Rocket. I also want to know, in case I did not able to pass the exam of Rocket, then can I reappear for exam?" Yes, Saudip, you can reappear multiple times. It is like we don't count it against you. You can take it 2 times, 3 times. Uh, like very few people also take it, like every time also, just for learning purposes. But usually what we have seen is first time people uh, don't clear it. Like most people first time they just get a reality check on what the industry really wants, and most people in the second attempt they end up clearing it. So yeah, you can reappear. What's the procedure? You take the moonshot, and based on how well you complete the assignment, we refer you to companies. Okay. Anil says, I am working as SDE, mostly creating new features. I use Angular for front end, Golang for back end. Very nice. It's been 14 months. Before that, I worked 1 year in Python Django. Before that, I worked 6 months in machine learning. All right. All right. Now, how should I take a career further? In which domain or language? Got it. Got it. So, I'll just share a video which, okay, somehow I see has, Anil is not here. Okay, Anil has dropped. So, okay, I'll not reply to him. I'll just uh, share the summary with everyone. If you have, if you have tried out two, three domains, two, three languages, frameworks, etc., how do you pick the one which how do you pick the one which how do you pick the one to take it further is you figure out which one excites you the most, because the one that excites you the most, that is where you'll end up spending more time on. And the domain that you end up spending more time on, that is where you'll end up building more depth is what companies want. So if there are three things and two things look boring to you, you're like, hey, no, I don't want to explore it after work, then this you will sort of not it won't be a very good choice. A better choice would be one that you feel like exploring on nights and weekends or something outside of work. So since Anil is not here, I'll just put the link in the chat itself if anyone wants to see. It particularly answers this question, which is you have explored four or five things. How do you take the one which how to take one forward for your career? So it basically answers that. And the summary is, again, I'll repeat, the summary is you pick the one which excites you the most. Ravi says, how do you have a positive outlook while looking for jobs and tackle the anxiety? Okay. Yeah, man, ये तो थोड़ा okay. This is a different question altogether, and yeah, it might take time to answer. So interview interview phase, interview journey is hard on everyone, and anyone that says otherwise is lying. Nobody really um is or nobody is like nobody enjoys that journey, nobody enjoys applying, nobody enjoys giving interviews, like getting on a call and getting judged by someone else. Nobody enjoys that. So overall it's tough, yes. The thing to acknowledge is that it's tough for everyone. It's not like you it's something difficult for you only, it's for everyone. Over the last 4 years, I have interacted with thousands of students, and uh, the common pattern in everyone is no matter how skilled that person is. Like when I say thousands of people, I'm talking about even the people who are the top 100, top 50, top 10, even the people who are technically very strong. If or when I just talk to them 5 minutes before the interview, they are usually, shivering. They're usually they have a lot of anxiety. They are sort of thinking what will happen, because interviews like that only. Interview is not a very good experience to have in general. So uh, the thing is, you just to navigate this, just make a good group of friends. When I say group, like maybe 2 3 people. You don't need a lot of people, but at least 2 3 people whom you can share or vent out कि हाँ यार ये प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, आज मैंने दिया नहीं हुआ, तुम्हारा कैसा चल रहा है. And the people you need to be around, they also need to be humble, they need to have that positive outlook. So what happens is, if there's a group of two, three people, then one person will always be trying to pull others up, and it's very rare that all three of you will be down at the same time. So yeah, that's how you navigate this phase. It's hard for everyone, yes, no doubt about it. Like, I think it's one of the hardest things that you will encounter in your life. um, Once you cross interviews, you'll be like, life is so chill. And let's say 2 years, 3 years, 4 years later, when you are switching companies again, then again you'll remember कि अरे interview journey वापस देना है, and again you'll get anxiety. And like most people actually don't switch just because of this, कि hey, I don't want to give interviews. So just think about it, that even someone with 5 years of experience, 10 years of experience, they keep, working at their parent company just because they don't want to give interviews again, because it gives you anxiety. So yeah, there's no answer to this. It's just ki you be around some friends whom you can share things, right? uh, Sometimes we don't need a solution, sometimes we just need someone to hear us out कि हाँ यार, आज मैंने दिया पूरे तैयारी से इंटरव्यू, बट नहीं हुआ, राइट? एंड सामने वाला विल बी लाइक, हाँ यार, होता है। उतना ही चाहिए, यू जस्ट नीड समवन, like someone to listen you out, that's it. So yeah, um, the way to have a positive outlook is, you don't go into negative. Like, that's the secret sauce. Because if you go into negative, फिर क्या होगा कि even the questions are easy in the interview, you'll end up messing up those also. So yeah, the way to go, that navigate it, is don't go negative. So be around two three people, and just see, if you are getting negative, then talk to people, get into the neutral or positive zone, and do the same for people around you. Hope that helps. All right. Ansh says, I am also scared about the market being flooded by so many engineers. Yeah, man, everyone is now doing CS. And then the AI assisted coding, reducing the barriers of entry. Yeah, yeah, I think that is the scare is real. If you see 10 years back, there were only few uh, few computer science engineers graduating. And then 4 5 years back, when colleges saw that, hey, CS में ही maximum jobs है, then, like, I'm not sure if you know this, but I was recently helping one of my juniors or cousins to just navigate which college or which branch to take. And I saw that previously, when there was only one computer science branch, now there are 10 computer science branches. There is one normal computer science, then there's computer science with data analytics, then computer science with graphics data, computer science with AI, computer science with big data, computer science with cloud, computer science with web3, computer science with blockchain, computer science with so it's like, pehle there would be just 1 out of 20 CS branches. Now almost 10 of 20 are computer science branches. So of course there are a lot of uh, people entering into this field, but then that is to be expected, because wherever there is money, like, people follow that. And AI, okay, let's handle these two things together. So uh, if you think about it, it's not something new, right? The competition is always a free market. When people uh, saw that, uh, like, for example, Mumbai is the land of dreams, right? People say that, hey, we'll go to Mumbai and we'll figure it out. And at a point, like, everyone started coming to Mumbai, and then of course not everyone will make it, right? So it's like that only. So from, like, how many people are entering is not really that important. What's important is how much are you learning, how much skills do you have. If you have skills, there is enough market, there is enough demand for you, and that's what matters. So from that perspective, because still it is hard, it's like, if 100 people start, less than 10 people actually end up learning coding. So it was always hard, it is still hard. So from that perspective, I would say, don't worry about how many people are entering. You just focus on your skills basically, because you can't really control also what is happening in the world. So yeah. And the other thing that you mentioned, that AI assisting coding reduces the barriers to entry. um I would say, it's a double edged sword. And I recently, like just 1 hour back, I came across this analogy, which is AI is like a Ferrari. So you're given a Ferrari, it is very powerful, it looks very nice, everything is cool, but at the end of the day you still need to know how to drive it. So it's the same with AI. AI can assist you, but AI cannot replace you. So again, it's the same supply demand, which is, it reduces the barriers to entry, yes, but still you need to know coding. We did a session on this AI, maybe 1 or 2 weeks back. So yeah, maybe you can just DM me and I'll send you the recording link, just to maybe you can watch that. All right, cool. Khalid says, I have been learning web development for 1 year. Now I'm fully prepared for an entry level role. I'm applying to multiple companies on a daily basis, but no luck yet. Provide me some practical tips through which I can secure a role in industry. One of my cousins is offering me a network engineering role. All right, all right. Khalid, can you just reply? Uh, like, is it remote or like you have to go there? And if you have to go there, like how much are they paying, and how much is it equivalent in INR? Like, is it like, yeah, I just want to see how good that opportunity is. Okay. Meanwhile, when you reply, I'll just move to the next one. I'll come back to you whenever you reply. And says, I'm extremely confused. I feel like there is so much to learn. I'm always falling behind. See, I would say, like, if I do a random poll in this group, everyone will say the same thing. There is so much to learn, and you feel like you always fall behind. I think that's the that's both the good and the bad parts of being in tech industry. Ki there's always so much to learn. Like, even for someone who has been in the industry for some time, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you'll always feel the same, that hey, it's you're falling behind. I keep making detailed plans to study XYZ, ABC, and so on, but don't end up covering it. I get tired after a few days uh, after studying. I have learned front end development, but there's few other things I need to do, like polyfills, machine coding grounds, so on. I know some backend, but then I need to learn DSA, system design, and more. I'm extremely overwhelmed and don't know what to do. How do I pace myself? Should I get really good at front end with all the prep and then move on to backend and DSA? I've never enjoyed anything related to DSA. I get scared when I look at the questions and have never attempted to solve any question. How do I get over this fear? Okay, okay. How do you like front end, Harsh? Anish, sorry. Just can you just reply? Like, are you okay working in front end for, let's say, 2 years, 3 years more? Are you okay with that, or do you feel ki nahi, whatever I wanted to learn, I've learned? Do you feel there is still room for improvement in your front end skills for, let's say, at least 1 more year? Yes, no? Okay, okay. Please don't uh, reply in a new message. See, what happens is, I'm getting all your messages, right? So it's just like, if you're putting your message again, then there are like 10 other messages between those two messages, right? So that's why I'm saying, don't put a new message, just reply to the existing message. Okay, okay. So you mentioned, yes, room for improvement is there. Yeah, so if that is there, I would say then stick to front end for now. If you don't like DSA, just stick to front end for now. Keep keep learning more things in that. And once you feel ki, okay, I'm done with this, then you sort of move forward to other domains. All right. Yash says, hi, I work as a full stack developer with roughly 2 years of experience looking to switch. I applied to jobs, but I do not get callbacks, I think, because of my 90 days notice period. Though it's negotiable, but cannot guarantee. So, would resigning be fine at my current workplace? Yeah. So this is your call, Yash. Like I would say definitely 90-day notice period is something which is not preferred by companies. Companies, whenever they're hiring, they want or they will interview immediate joiners first. Let's say 100 people apply, right? So firstly they will pick all the immediate joiners first. First they will interview them. Then they will interview people who have 30 days notice period. Then they will interview people who have 60 days notice period. And then 90-day notice period will come. So yeah, from that perspective it's going to be hard. Now if you want to put in papers at your current workplace, that is your call. That depends on how confident you are about your skills, like how confident you feel you can crack uh, interviews, and also your financial situation, which is, consider the worst case. Worst case could be that it could be 3 months, 6 months, 9 months till you don't get another job, right? Worst case again. Best case is ki you get a job tomorrow. But when you have a job in hand, you always need to think about your worst case. Worst case is, like I said, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, you don't get a job. Are you okay with that worst case? If you're okay with that worst case, then you can go ahead and put in papers. But if you feel nahi, that will create financial strain, and that is something that is not really uh, like you don't have that risk uh, appetite for now, it's totally okay, and you can continue as well. uh, so again, it depends on uh, your personal risk taking. All right. Preeti says, I'm looking for a job. I've been unemployed for 2 months. I don't get any call. I have 1 year of experience. How can I deal with that situation? Preeti, you mentioned it's been 2 months. How many companies have you applied till now? Just reply to the same message. Don't put a new message. Waiting for your answer. Reply to the same message. Don't put in a new message. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. So yeah, I would just say, um, what platforms are you using for applying? Is it LinkedIn, Naukri, something else? LinkedIn only. Take it. So what I would recommend, Preeti, is let's use other platforms as well. Let's try. So see, that's the thing about anything, right? If we keep trying the same thing, we can expect the same result. So you've already tried for 2 months applying on LinkedIn, and if you haven't got any call, then it's unlikely that if you do it again, you'll get any. So for the next 1 month, let's try different platforms. Let's try Naukri, let's try Insta Hire, Cut Short, um, Well Found. They're like a bunch of other hiring platforms. Make a list of 5 to 10, and then just start applying there as well, and then see if you get a call from one of them. And wherever you start getting calls, then you start doubling down on that platform. Usually, LinkedIn pay, what happens is a lot of people apply, and if a lot of people apply, then HR will put some filters, and it's very likely that your resume is not even seen. and at other platforms less people usually apply. So that's what I'm saying, try other platforms, and maybe let's talk again after a few weeks. Like I'm planning to have these sessions regularly, so yeah, you can just attend the next after a couple of weeks and just share how's it going. Okay, thank you. Okay. SK says, hi, I'm Shashank working as a Node.js backend developer. I have approximate 3 years of experience. Currently, I'm looking for a job change. Can you help me to grab? And I also want practice on interview preparation. Okay, okay. Um, Backend developer. Got it, got it. Yeah, I would just say I'll share a link. Um, yeah, just fill your details here and then just just follow this step and then let's talk more on that. All right. Okay, next question, how to grow from front end engineers to senior front end engineer. Context, I work at a product based well paying startup working in React tech stack, finding it difficult to get promotion. Everyone teaches about getting a job but nothing about how to grow in the job. Also at the startup, tough to find good mentors. Yeah. So the best thing to do would be you find mentors outside your job. And again, this is for someone who's already working, right? So if you're not working, then whatever I'm going to say will not help you. But if you're already working, the way to sort of get in touch with other senior engineers, one way would be to attend meetup events in your city. Which city are you in? Just reply to the message. Bangalore, perfect. So Bangalore has a very good community. You'll have like meetup events happening every weekend actually. So go to these events, talk to people who are coming, talk to people who are giving the talks, and yeah, just sort of you talk to 10 people, one person will sort of become your mentor. So yeah, just talk to more people at these events. In case if someone had a similar question but they're not in Bangalore, then what I would recommend is you can also find people online on some platforms wherein mentors sign up. So one of the platforms is Topmate, wherein a lot of senior developers sign up. So they have their time slots, they put their time slots there, so you can go ahead and book those time slots. And the overall idea is that if you don't have mentors in your workplace, then you find it outside of work. And yeah, I think you mentioned, right, everybody teaches about getting a job but nothing about how to grow. The simple answer to that is it is a very contextual thing. There's no one size fits all advice. Like if everyone in this room here is working and they want to grow to senior position, I cannot give something, one thing which is applicable to everyone. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's skill sets is different. Everyone's strengths is different. Everyone's weaknesses is different. And so it is more of a one-on-one conversation. So first thing, try going to meetup events, see if you can um, make friends there, talk to seniors there. If not, then go to sites which have mentors listed. One example is Topmate. Go ahead, talk to multiple people, and with one of them, you will click, you'll have a vibe, and just talk to them regularly then. Mahida says, why is my resume not getting shortlisted? Is it necessary that resume should be one page? What if we have 4 years experience and nearly five personal projects? Yeah. So yeah, I would say resume should be one page. Even for someone who has 15 years experience, resume would be one page because it tells it tells the HR or it tells the hiring manager your understanding of what is important. So you mentioned you have five personal projects, right? but not all five of them would be at the same level. If you have to showcase complexity, there would be some order, right? That hey, this is the most complex project, then this is the next complex project, and the fifth one would be, relatively simple project. So you don't need to show everything. You don't just need to put your best foot forward. What is the uh, what is the use, or what is the goal of the resume? Goal of the resume is to land you an interview. Goal of the resume is not that, you show everything that you have done. It is just to impress the other person enough that they call you for an interview. So it can be half page also, because you don't need a lot of things to show. You just need to show that hey, whatever you are hiring for, I have those skills already. And you can show it with a couple of projects also. You don't need a lot of pages to showcase that. So you mentioned uh, you have a lot of experience, you have a lot of projects. Yes, the resume should be one page only. Okay. Khalid says it's a side job. Okay, okay. The network engineer in where it was, uh, Abu Dhabi. Okay, so 5,000 AED. Um, how much is it in Indian terms? Like, matlab, I don't want you to convert it directly, but like from a quality of life improvement, purchase power parity, if you are making utna there, equivalent, how much is it in India? Can you just reply to that message? Uh, yeah. So this you have just converted it uh, into INR, right? Like is there no purchase power parity difference? Yes, yes. So I understand you're converting the currencies. What I'm saying is purchase power difference, purchase power parity. What that means is, let's say you are making $100 in US, and if you just convert it into INR, it it converts to like 8,000 8,500 rupees. But the the things are also costlier in the US, right? So you cannot just say that um, you cannot just like compare that directly. You need to see what's the difference in the cost of things as well. So just search for purchase power parity, see how much is the difference. And okay, you also mentioned, but my passion lies in web development, so I want to start here. So makes sense, right? Agar I mentioned this about half an hour earlier as well. The more that you like something, the more effort you'll put into sort of developing a depth there. So if you feel like network engineer may you don't have that much of a passion, so yeah, I think that's fine. Just uh, look for web development jobs for it for some time. Put a deadline, maybe put 2 months, 3 months, that hey, I'll put this deadline. And if not, then you can consider the other one. Otherwise you can just sort of dive deeper into that. All right, let's move next. Okay. Powell says how to navigate 1.5 years of gap. I have 11 months of professional experience and 2.5 years of overall experience. I have upskilled uh, myself to full stack along with Docker, AWS, GitHub Actions. Also built few full stack projects. HRs, I think HRs will straight away pass on my resume any advice on what strategy I should have would be highly appreciated. All right. So what I would recommend is, um, see, anytime you have a gap, there could be two things. One is you wasted that time. Then, of course, HR would be like, hey, why should I hire this person? What you can also say is, in that gap, I built these projects, I learned these things, which you did actually, right? You mentioned you became full stack, learned Docker, AWS, etc., etc. You built full stack projects. So you just showcase those projects in your resume. And yeah, I think some HRs will reject it, yes, but there will be enough HRs who will pick this also. And yeah, we can always take the moonshot, and we can also help you out in this case. But yeah, as long as you have proof of work, it should be relatively easier for you, for someone compared to someone who has a gap but does not have anything to show for. Okay, Sanjeev says, hey Swapnil, I also want to practice backend questions for SD2 level. um, Okay. Uh, I'll just say, just let's talk after this call. Let's see this. I have 2 years of experience in front end. How to transition to full stack? All right. I'm just sharing a link. You can check it out, and yeah, the overall summary is build projects. You want to transition to full stack? Just pick a project and just learn. Yeah. Saga says, do we need a personal projects in resume? Can I not put the ones that I have worked on my work? Yes, you can. If like better um, work projects have better uh, like value compared to personal projects, because that is a real world project. So yeah, if you have work projects, definitely put those. And if you don't have that, personal projects are sort of a replacement for that, because otherwise, if someone doesn't have a job and they can't show projects, so for how will they break in? So for them, they can build personal projects. If you're already working, then yeah, you can put your work projects there. Cool, cool. I think I answered everyone's questions. um I'll just give maybe 1 or 2 minutes more. If anyone has, if you feel I left your question, just send it again, because I think it might have get gotten lost in the chat. I'll wait for 1 or 2 more minutes. Um, and yeah, if there are no more questions, we'll wrap this up. So yeah, if you want any other uh, discussions, just mention in the chat, and we'll talk about that. Someone asked how to make genuine connections who will refer me when needed. Most my connections in LinkedIn, I believe, is just a show only. Yeah, man, I think it's the negative side of social media. We feel that we have 1,000 connections, 1,000 followers, 100 followers, whatever. We'll get likes also, but uh, yeah, yeah. Okay, coming to the point, who will refer me when needed? For that, I would suggest, uh, whenever you're free, go to meetups, go to conferences, meet people there. Basically, if you feel you have not interacted much with someone, then of course they will not refer you also, because they have not seen, or they don't know you that much to sort of refer you. So try to maybe build more projects, put it on social media, or go to these meetups, conferences, again, show interest in their work, ask questions, help someone if someone is struggling with particular thing. uh, yeah, help someone out. I think that is the best way to build connections. There's no formula to this, right? And if there was a formula, that then everyone would have done this, and if everyone does this, then again it's not valuable. So yeah, this sort of something tricky which you'll figure out by trial and error. Is it important to learn more backend languages like Go and Java? Okay. um okay. So these kind of questions, I would say, are are questions that like I'll never say no to, right? Like when you say, hey, should I learn backend, should I learn Go, should I learn Java, I'll always say yes. So how you need to ask questions is A versus B. What I mean by that is, and this is something that you should like remember for life, you should always, whenever you're asking anyone anytime related to tech, outside of tech, you always ask in the A versus B format, which is, should I do this or should I do this? If you're just asking, should I do this or not, then I'll not say no anytime. If you say, hey, should I learn backend? I'll say yes. If you ask me the next day, hey, should I learn mobile? I'll say yes. If you say, hey, I learn mobile dev? I would say yes. If you say, should I learn writing? I would say yes. Should I learn speaking? Yes. Should I learn swimming? Yes. Should I learn karate? Yes. You ask anything, I'll say yes only, right? What you need to ask me is, hey, I have some free time, should I do this or should I do that? So now, if you say, hey, should I learn backend 1 hour or should I watch Netflix for 1 hour? Then I would say, hey, maybe backend is better. If you say, hey, should I do backend or should I do mobile dev? Then I will just try to understand where is your interest, where is your, um, what are your strengths, weaknesses, and based on that, we can have that discussion. So always like frame your questions better. Like if you just ask, hey, should I learn backend? Answer is always going to be yes. Tips to make a move to Europe, where to look for jobs, companies willing to sponsor a visa. Um, okay, I'm just sharing a Twitter handle. Just DM this person and tell me, tell them Swapnil sent you. Have a discussion with this person. He recently got a visa, so yeah, he'll be able to help you better. Cool. Any final questions? Okay. I'll take one last question. I Sanjeev, please share it with me as well. Is it the visa one? Just type yes or no. Okay. Take it. I've sent it. Okay. Last question. Sir, I'm fresher and unemployed for last 8 months. Very worried about how I will start the career. Most important is how much should I know to start my journey? Because every time I see others, it's feel like everyone know much more than me. Why would someone hire me, not others who know more than me? Yeah. So I would say, for calibration, use the moonshot tests because they are the assignments, they are the real world take home assignments from companies. So yeah, if you clear them, you should sort of feel job ready, because yeah, those are the real assignments. You can use them for calibration. You attempt it, you feel like there are some gaps, so you go back and fill those gaps and then you sort of attempt again. Ravi says, sorry, I left in for a minute. What is A versus B? So A versus B is a method of asking questions, which is always present two options and then ask which one is a better option. Because if you just ask, should I do this? Then the answer is always going to be yes. Should I explore backend? Yes. Should I explore cloud? Yes. Should I explore swimming? Yes. Should I explore singing? Yes. Why not? But when you ask A versus B, hey, I have some free time. Should I learn backend or should I learn swimming? So then I can like guide you better that, hey, how fit are you, or what is your immediate goal? Do you immediately want to switch? If yes, then maybe one option would be better. If you can wait but you are unfit, then maybe you should do exercise more. So based on context, I can answer better. So this is something that you should keep in mind when you are asking any question to anyone, be it a tech question or a non-tech question. So yeah, so it could be as simple as, hey, should I watch Netflix or should I learn this? So at least I know, if you're not doing this, what will you do with that 1 hour? And that is how I can answer better. Cool. With that, it brings us to the end of this AMS session. Uh, always good to understand, talk, interact, and answer your questions. And yeah, in case you have more questions after this, you can just reply to the email that this kind invite that you have gotten, and we can discuss more as well. And yeah, that's about it, folks. Thank you for joining in, and have a good night. Bye bye.